Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Listen, I think the mainstream media, I kind of feel weird saying mainstream media because that's typically what like conspiracy theorists call them. So I'm going to say like the mainstream press, they're done playing dumb about Kail's fifth child. Or they're done like being polite about it. They're like, listen, girl, like it's so obvious at this point. We gave you all the time in the world and you're still not claiming this child. So at this point, why don't we just talk about it, right? It's, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to talk about it. They're not going to pull the receipt because they haven't done that. However, they have talked to a quote unquote source. First of all, before I really dive into this video, I do have to give a big shout out, thank you to my co-reporter Melaine who sent this in to me by email. So I had read the article from The Sun. The Sun initially posted an article about Kail having the fifth child. It provided details about the child's birthday, potential name, and everything like that. But I was like, okay, let's wait for someone else as well because The Sun had been with us on this ride. I can't make another video about this. We're just The Sun. I need another source. I hope someone else, because sometimes I do know that some of you guys are not big fans of The Sun as an outlet either. And so Melaine came to the rescue to my inbox over the weekend with a link to, bum, 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 drum roll, please, OK Magazine. Everybody knows OK Magazine. OK Magazine is not super scandalous like The Sun. It's not super scandalous like Radar Online, where they sometimes get accused of lying or this or that. Like OK Magazine really tries to, come correct. So the fact that they're publishing on this at this point means that they are 99.9% sure that this is the truth. It's confirmed to them, basically. So let's get into what they're saying here. Teen Mom 2-star Kail Lowry secretly gave birth to fifth son in November. So that lines up with some of the stuff we were hearing earlier, right? That this happened in November. That's why she specifically said back in December or January that she did not give birth this month. No, I'm not pregnant right now. Like she never says, no, I haven't been pregnant since a couple, last year or 2 years ago with Creed. And if you listen to her podcast, I listen to them, of course, to do my recaps for you guys and my channel members. But on this week's episode of Coffee Convos podcast, she talks like this. Oh, and I forgot what they're talking about, but she was like, pulling kids out of school or something like that, like as a mother of bringing kids to birthday parties. It could be hard, right? To only bring one kid to a birthday party and whatnot. She's like, as a mother of four, as a mother of multiple kids. She cuts herself off from saying four because there is a fifth, right? But I digress. And in addition to a bunch of other hints that she's already dropped about this fifth child, which we'll get into in the article. So moving a little bit further along, OK says this. Former Teen Mom 2-star Kail Lowry has welcomed her fifth child. Kailyn gave birth to a baby boy on November 20th. We've got the date, not just the month, but the date, with Elijah Scott, a source revealed of the mother of five who decided to keep this pregnancy a secret. She has only told close family and friends, the insider confirmed, to a news publication of her and her boyfriend's newborn. Here she is with Lincoln. I love flannel shirts. I really need to get myself one of these. I don't know why I don't have one currently. I used to love mine. I used to have a red and black one, but I was obsessed with. Larry and Scott first went Instagram official in May of 2022, gushing at the time, all good over here, alongside a cute couple's photo. March, April, May. So that was 9 months ago that they went public on Instagram, which was after about, a couple months of dating. Sidebar, a little question for you guys. Side note, how long do you guys wait before posting your significant other on social media? I think I'm starting to refrain from this. I'm kind of over sharing, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I think I'm kind of on a little bit of a no go on that for right now, but I don't know how you guys feel. I'm just going to turn to my TikTokers over here. Kail reminds me of a young Mary Brown from Sister Wives. I could see why you say that. They have similar bone structure. I could see why you'd say that. A lot of people also say she's like that girl. Who's that lady? Jennifer Coolidge or something like that. People say she reminds them of her as well. Yeah. So you guys, how long do you think is a good amount of time to wait before introducing someone on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your TikTok, or whatever? I used to wait 4, 5 months, 4 more likely. Um, and when I'm talking about the 4 or 5 months, I'm not posting a picture of this person and myself. I'm posting group photos that include this person for the first time at that point. Where if you don't know me like that and you haven't met this person, because I usually start introducing them to my friends around 2 months in. Um, so if you haven't been introduced to this person in real life, you wouldn't even know that this is someone I'm dating or anything like that. I'm not talking about like, posting like lovey-dovey selfies or anything like that. I'm just curious. This is not a judgment. I'm just curious. Flower Mountains on TikTok says 6 months or just don't, right? Like, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't want to, right? And I think I'm in that kind of a vibe these days where I'm like, no, I don't want to. So continuing along, they're saying the reality star is a mother to 4 other sons with 3 previous partners. Isaac, we know, is Joe's son. Lincoln is Javi's son, and Lex and Creed are Chris's sons. And so Elijah would be the 4th baby daddy for the 5th kid. News of Lowry and Scott welcoming a child comes months after immense fan speculation that the Coffee Convos podcast co-host was pregnant, despite her seemingly keeping it a secret. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Here's funny. OK Magazine kind of like messed up a little bit here. They're saying that in a since deleted tweet, Elijah Scott shared that his girlfriend had to protect her baby bump while photos circulated online. That's not true. Elijah does not have a Twitter. That is Chris Lopez who tweeted that and set off this firestorm in the first place, right? He said that Kail was threatening to beat him up as usual. Remember, she was charged with offensive touching about 2-3 years ago because she put the paws on him after a haircut to their son Lux. So and then she outed his girlfriend's pregnancy with his second child, True. And so now to pay Kail back, Chris went online when he was really pissed off at Kail and said, wow, acting like you're going to fight me when you've got a baby to protect, stop it, please. And that's what started the whole thing. So that's just something I definitely do want to point out for you guys. When you have kids, you should wait a long time as their previous relationships haven't went well. That's coming from Donna on TikTok. I agree. I feel like, she I don't know. I feel like she gets very excited from the validation and stuff like that. And mind you, Donna, I feel like we wait longer to debut our new boos on social media than she does to introduce them to her kids. Because remember, or than she does to get pregnant by them, right? Because she allegedly got knocked up by Elijah Scott after a month and a half or 2 months, maximum 3 months, but most likely less of dating. So these kids have been around him. He's been living with them since pretty much the beginning of their relationship, which is a little scary. Hi, CC. Did Kail confirm her secret baby? No, she hasn't, but she's dropped so many hints and whatnot, including us hearing the baby in the background of one of her videos that it's like, you know what, you don't even need to confirm, Kail, because we already know. So going back to OK Magazine, the source says, a Twitter user, now this is the part where they start laying out the evidence, all the evidence that has accumulated over the time of Kail having this 5th secret child. So here's some of the evidence. We're starting to see milk bottles, little baby infant ones, not the ones for Creed, in the background of her videos. We also saw the baby mobile for the newborns in the background. We heard a baby breastfeeding or whining or something like that while she was filming while she was filming a video. And there was a registry that a lot of people believe was meant to be hidden by mixing her nanny's first name Natalie with her baby daddy's last name Scott, and a couple of other things that are not yet listed in here as well. I believe there were other baby items recently kind of posted. I know some people talk about like the baby feet on the fridge, but I feel like that could be for anybody. But we don't know yet, right? So, then they start talking about some of the comments people are leaving, criticizing Kail for hiding this alleged 5th baby. So here they're not talking about the name of the child, but I do remember in the Sun's article, they named the child, and they said that the child's name was Elijah Rio to complete Kail's killer necklace. So remember, she wears this necklace, KILLR, and that stands for Kail, Isaac, Lincoln, Lux, Romello. Romello being Creed's middle name. And so people are thinking, okay, well, what would fit or fill or complete this necklace for her other than an E or an S or a Z? So naming the baby Elijah Rio would give it the E to go in the middle and put killer as her necklace, which I don't really understand. I feel like you can get away with your necklace saying killer like that, Killr. Like, okay, you can get away with it, whatever. But like killer with the E, like full blown killer, it's a little aggressive, right? I don't know. I can't see why she would want to walk around like that. Right? Like, I don't know. I can't see it. I don't see that being chic. I don't see that being cute. I don't see that being trendy. I would prefer if it started with a Z and then you put that at the very end and it's like some interesting, what do you call those things? Like a niche band or something like that. That's what people would assume. But if you just have a necklace that says killer and you walk around like this with this permanent scowl like she always walks around with, a little scary. Not gonna lie, it is a little scary, but I digress. So now there you go, you guys. OK Magazine is saying that this baby was born on November 20th. And if you guys are into the sun, they're saying that not only was this baby boy born in November, his name is Elijah Rio. So I'm kind of curious now that like the outlets are really starting to blow up her spot, do you think that she's going to come out and fess up to it or no? What I'm looking up right now for you guys is the article from The Sun. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys here when it comes to The Sun so that we can read along where they're saying that the baby's name is Elijah Rio. I also pulled up an article from the Daily Mail. Oh, God help me on this website, by the way. God help me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm using the wrong thing here. Oops, so hang on. Hang on. Technical difficulties, right? I also pulled up from the Daily Mail where they're saying the same thing. So now you've got OK Magazine, you've got The Sun, and you've got the Daily Mail. Like they're all just slowly coming out and saying the obvious, stating the obvious. So let me just verify that you guys are seeing the screen properly that I'm sharing with you. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Baby Bonanza. Teen mom Kail Lowry welcomed her 5th child with 4th baby daddy Elijah Scott in November amid rampant rumors. She quietly welcomed her 5th child with her 4th baby daddy without making any public announcement, a source has exclusively confirmed to the U.S. Sun. Da 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 da. Da na na na. And of course, they bring up the infamous photos of Kail, in my opinion, being very obviously pregnant, walking out of these stores and gas stations and whatnot. Speaking of this, when I think about her walking out in parking lots and Wawas and whatnot, I think about all the time she banged Javi and Wawa, Lex being conceived in a strip mall parking lot. And now, from listening to her podcast, I remember her talking about how Lincoln was conceived on Valentine's Day. I don't know why that's popping up in my head right now. It's just that I remember her talking about it because I was listening to the podcast this morning. So FYI. And then we also know that Isaac was conceived. Wait, do we know how all these children were conceived? Back it up. Back it up. Hang on. Isaac, Lincoln, Lux, Creed, Elijah Rio. Isaac conceived at prom. Lincoln conceived on Valentine's Day. Isaac, Lincoln. Lux conceived strip mall parking lot. Creed, we know it all. Creed conceived on the kitchen counter. It wasn't me. Elijah Rio, where was this one? If you guys know, has she talked about where this one was conceived or when this one was conceived? Let me know. And in the meantime, while you're at it, please make sure to like this video, okay? So that I continue to pop up in your algorithm. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more videos. But wow, isn't that crazy how we know how all these kids are conceived or where these kids are conceived? TMI. So they're also saying November 20th with Elijah was when the child was born. She's only told close family and friends. And then we're going to scroll a little bit further down to see the name. So here they wrote it correctly that it was Chris who was like, listen, talk about you'll beat me up. You got a belly to protect. Stop it. Why is this not popping up for me? Where is this name? You know, sometimes these websites, they write like there's like a word count, a minimum word count that they've got to meet. Huh. This is crazy to me. I want to know where. Huh. So it was revealed, by the way, in April of 2022 that Kail was dating Elijah. So that's not even a year ago now that she started dating this guy. And in less than a year, a child is already born from this situation. I don't know, y'all. I don't know how some people move like this. I really don't understand it. It's kind of scary almost, especially when they've done it so many times. But, oh, God. Yeah. I think they pulled the part where they claim that the baby is named Elijah Rhea. It only shows up in the metadata. So when you search this on Google and whatnot, you'll see it in the preview. Thanks, Vanessa. I'm fighting through it. I'm talking to Vanessa on TikTok, you guys. I'm fighting through it. I'm like trying to whisper through certain parts of this video because my voice cannot take it anymore. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Thank you so much. She's like, I hope you get better. Oh, sweet. And so now I'm going to pull up the announcement, you guys, from the Daily Mail. By the way, the Daily Mail, I don't know why they do this to their website, but like it is brutal trying to read this thing because do you guys read the Daily Mail? They put ads up the wazoo on this website. It just makes it look absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't know any other website that is this horrible when it comes to the ads. It just makes you shudder. The girl loves, yeah, like every guy that Cece on TikTok is saying, Kail gives every guy that compliments her a baby. I swear, like pregnancy is so hard and risky and just like draining and taxing and then raising children. Like, you want to do this with everybody, girl? I don't know. I can't even find one person worth it. Like, I don't know. It's just not, it's, to me, I don't know. I don't know how someone takes this so lightly. Yeah, so there you go. This is the Daily Mail talking about it. I'm not going to stay too long on their website because, as you can see, there are so many ads, so many pop-ups on this website that I can't even really I can't navigate it. It's too heavy of a website. Okay, so I'm going to exit this and get ready to film my my other video that I've got going on over there. But in the meantime, you guys, let me know what you think about this. The press, the mainstream media. The mainstream publications are coming out and confirming, well, not confirming, but they're saying that Kail had that fifth baby with Elijah and that she's still hiding it. It was initially reported by The Sun that the baby's name was Elijah Rio to fill up that killer necklace. And there you go. There you go. Let me know what you think about all this, okay? And stay tuned. By the way, I have to thank you guys again for joining my last minute emergency live about Ryan Edwards. Shameful Ryan Edwards and the phone calls, the threatening phone calls he was making to his wife, Mackenzie Standifer, and whatnot. But now I am about to get ready to film my last video of the day, which is about how he is accusing Mackenzie of running off with her new man and leaving him, the ever dutiful single father, to raise their children alone. Like anybody believes that. Take good care of yourselves, you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.